Hello, how you guys doing this evening? Hope you're doing well out there. Well, I decided I'm going to have to dispute this video and give the reason why I made this video, because a lot of women, and particularly black women, are going to be the lead to say this when I'm about to show you about lending out your seed if you're a black man, and why we shouldn't go to other races. But I will counteract that with some passport bro videos and and see what I'm talking about. Well, we're gonna hear this woman. She's married with some kids, and she's a well-known YouTuber. I mentioned her. She's gonna give you the basic reason why black people shouldn't. And she's a Hebrew. She's in Hebraic religion. She's gonna explain to you the reason why, and I'm gonna counteract after that. And before I go to my next video. All right then. What's she saying? But I see what she's saying though. Some points she's saying is pretty good.
Serious subject, and I don't think our people know what's at stake here. I recently did chapter 1 of They Broke In While We Were Making Love, and I'm talking about these other nations, your Asians, Latinos, Mexicans, white people. We just kind of allow ourselves to just be infiltrated from every angle, from every corner.
I'm preparing you for the next argument. Black women don't do this on the internet.
I received an email from someone who follows the ministry, and I'm not trying to discourage you from following the ministry, but the truth is what it is as it relates to interracial dating and marriage. Now, when you reference the scripture about the olive branch as some type of proof or evidence that Gentiles and Israelites can intermarry and interbreed and all of that, that has absolutely nothing to do with marrying someone of another nation. We were very clearly instructed not to do so. And I think what's going on here is we are set to self-destruct right now. Many of our people, even if they don't participate in interracial dating and marriage, they support it, or in some cases encourage it. I've talked about individuals in the black community who will specifically tell their children not to marry someone black. I've seen that, and I know that firsthand, and so that is very damaging to us. We have no idea what we are doing to ourselves, and all of this is because Scripture says, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. We have no knowledge of self, and because we don't, we are going to swirl our way into the pit. You see, you are cutting off your lineage. And for those of you who don't understand the biblical mandate not to do this, you can look for yourself the troubles that you encounter when you date interracially, when you marry interracially. There was an article put out years ago where they were counting the number of lynchings here in America from people. They actually showed that the majority of those who were lynched, the percentage was so high of those who were either married to or dating white people. It was mostly white women, because most of the people that were found hanging were men. And I believe the number was somewhere around 73% of those that were found hanging were married to or dating a white woman. And so there's a lot more at stake than just you having someone go against your love for someone, or what you consider to be your love for someone, because as I've said many times before, it is not love that makes these unions. It is something more than that. I believe a great deal of it has to do with sorcery. Some of you all may not agree. I don't know what to say, because there's so much out here to show and prove that this is not the way we are supposed to go. Now, many so-called white people, they agree with this. Many of them believe that they should marry their own and we should marry our own. You see, but what I believe the enemy is doing in this last day, he is appealing to our desires for something different, or what we perceive as something better. And so he's dangling this in front of us. Many believe that they will have a better life if they cross over to the other side. And the sorcery that has been used through all kinds of media, television, music, movies, publications. They've used some of everything, commercials, to literally make you believe. Magazine ads, I mean, I can go on, but they are using every tactic imaginable to convince you that Becky or Brad is better for you than your own. And some of the methods they use is to convince you that your own are not good enough for you. So this is why you will see so-called professional, rich, famous black men and black women marrying Becky and Brad. Because Brenda and Tyrone are not good enough. You've been trained to believe that way, and so this is why you go down that path. You don't desire your own. They broke in while we were making love by planting thoughts into your mind that the grass is greener on the other side. And so now, my question is this. Is it even possible for someone who is supposed to be all about black, is it even possible for you to be all about our people if you're married to someone else? Now, there was a brother who just came out with an admission that he isn't pro-black. I'm not going to get off into all of the politics of what's going on with his situation. It just kind of comes on the heels of a series that I had already started entitled They Broke In While We Were Making Love. Now, many of us will make our own excuses to justify allowing them to break in. We just turn ourselves over to them because we don't know or understand what is at stake. For the black man and the black woman, you don't understand that once your seed has been interrupted in the way that you are doing, you have cut yourself off. Your seed is no longer royal when you allow them to break in. You have given your seed to another. You don't understand that your seed is royal, black man and black woman. But when you go in unto these other nations and you procreate with them, you have just cut yourself off. Many of you don't believe that, especially a lot of you brothers. You believe that you are what your father is. That is not in alignment with Scripture. You cannot use the passage in Numbers, the book of Numbers, to justify it when it says that you are what your father is. It basically was talking about those among the 12 tribes of Israel. There were no other nations at the table when that discussion was going down. This was a rule that was established among the 12 tribes. It said if you are Judah and you're a male and you marry a female out of the tribe of Simeon, then the seed would default to Judah. If you are of the tribe of Dan and you were a man and you married a woman from the tribe of Issachar, which was black too, then the seed goes to whoever the father was. That's what it was. That's what that establishing of the lineage was. It didn't mean that you go out here and you marry someone of another nation outside of the 12 tribes, that you are what your father is. There is so much going on to where our people are trying to make scriptures fit wherever they want them to fit to justify actions. You cannot make something fit that does not belong. It's just like trying to fit a square into a circle that has been cut out. It's not going to work. Something is not going to add up. We have got to rightly divide because we are cutting ourselves off. So many people appeal to the black market, but their heart is not with us. This is so true. I remember years ago, I had a homeschool group on Facebook. This was, I'd say, about...
This message is vital to your...
I just want to stop it right there, and I'm going to counteract that point. In the wake of DNA, most of us who are whatever nationality in America, we don't know, some of us don't even know what our ancestors have come from. We don't. It could be a white person in my lineage. Does that mean, would that mean the Most High not give me my inheritance because it's something due to my lineage? Something that was no fault of my own? that someone else does, somebody white do the same thing. Because you find in people, and I made a video about this, show interracial couples that go back to the 16, 17, 1800s, and it was in different parts of the world, and one was here in America. It's been going on. When they outlawed it, even during the time it was before it came outlawed, there was interracial relationships. Second thing I'm going to counteract. What if you say you get with somebody who is supposed to be black and from this country, but somewhere along the line, you both, a black man, black woman, this can happen, and what if her background, she's a witch? What if the background, her people worship the African gods? What does it wouldn't it be? Is it because this basically you would still be led to do the things of the whatever that goddess of African gods opposed to the Most High. See, some black people don't think about this. So you could, it's the same way it could be with the white person. Whatever Viking, Thorism, God that they up under, they can't marry someone who is a believer in Christ because it conflicts with each other. And that's the second thing. Third thing, and we find out through DNA, you find out some of your lineage goes over here, so you have some of your lineage goes over there. So you don't know who is in your lineage. I don't know who until one day, if the Most High God revealed me who is my bloodline. But whoever is in my bloodline, and let's say they was of another nation, it doesn't mean it's going to cut everything out. He gonna cut me off. Oh yeah, because you married someone in your bloodline. You know, that's number. That's the number 3 thing. It was something that's no fault of your own. Someone in your ancestors could. We don't know what early America, before America, was early America for most of us. That's on this shore. Number 4 thing. It's not just interracial couples that, if you want to make that argument, even same-sex couples can same-sex couples have a kid? Yes. But same-sex couples, they can't produce a bloodline, and this is what the Most High was revealing this to me. Oh shit. That's another thing. So, but overall, why don't people make a choice on who they want to marry and who they want to date? That's up to them. Not every, and I heard Umar and some people say this. Black men and black women, like white men and white women, are going to do whatever they're going to do. You can't expect every black person, just because they're from America, to think like you, walk like you. You know why? Because we all come from different environments. It's different settings and stuff. I understand about the lineage. There's some white people don't want to marry out, like black people going to marry out. That's a personal choice. And it don't make that the white people are prejudiced. It don't make that the black people are prejudiced. It's a personal choice. The fourth thing is the reason why, because maybe black men and some black men and women are not really connecting on a level of understanding what true love really is. Some are, some are not. Some are not willing to honor the man. Some come from some women, and some men that feel like women feel like they don't feel that they ain't being honored. So you got to get two swings of the pole. But guess what's happening? I'm about to give you some news, and I'm going to show you why men, black and white, and maybe some, are starting to leave. I'm starting from the man's side, because there are black women have already been in America are already married, And this is an argument that's been going back. But I'm going to show you one of the reasons why in this video. And this is not a black or white thing, but this is an American thing. I'm going to show you what, and this is going to come from the women themselves. These two women saw when they was out of town. American, one black, one white. You gonna see what they say.
Government to fix the
I'm
growing
gonna
economic crisis of skyrocketing costs
and I told
or reckless spending.
more regulation. This is going to happen.
Government. We've got a new
With the other men. I told you this is going to happen.
prosperityspossible.com.
And that's if you don't humble yourself, you're going to start seeing this happen. If you don't humble yourself as a woman and let the ego go, you're going to start seeing this.
Honestly, the amount of white dudes with Thai women that are waiting to board international flights, it's an absurdity. It is crazy. Like, half of the couples in this airport right now are beautiful Thai women with super basic white dudes.
Every one of these passport bros are men that none of us want here. Not a single one.
I think there's a lot of discourse on the internet, and there's a lot of people that are like, oh, it's just dusties, it's just broke men, it's just men that other women wouldn't date. I saw lots of very attractive men. I saw lots of men who looked like they had means. They looked like they stuck together. They were dressed well. They had good luggage. Passports be stamped up because they got the bread to do it. I hate that people just always equate like a weaker man, so to speak, with that means he don't got bread. No, they be the men ones who got bread. Like they just don't get grills. Grills don't pay them no mind. They rather have a swagged out broke bull than to take one of them who could really, like I said, support you with let your
A lot of women's absolute worst nightmare is the day when men wake up and realize their worth. Men are now checking out of relationships that no longer serve as assets to their life, but rather liabilities. Men are seeing the lack of gratitude and minimal to no reciprocity.
Hey, not a lot going on around here lately. Let's see what's behind this door. No, is there a better door around here, maybe?
Tell you something, a lot of people were asking me about passport bros, and to be honest, I'm not hating on them. The problem with dating in California and United States is way different. As I started traveling the world, I realized that women in other countries are so down to earth, and they're so chill, and they're down for their religion. They cook amazing food. I mean, not that I'm saying that women in America are not bad. Like, I'm not hating on them, but as soon as you start catching flights, you start meeting people, and you start realizing that these women are actually normal.
Now we will dive deep on those videos so we can have a better understand of today's content.
Y'all, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you're looking for a man, just know that the reason you can't find him, a black man specifically, is unless he's in Colombia already.
I thought the strong, independent sister didn't need no man, yet here they are following dudes to Colombia, LOL. Ain't these the dudes they don't want? I'm confused. Now she's finding out that men are traveling and going overseas. These passport brothers are not playing games anymore, and they mean business. My hat's off to these guys, and I don't blame them for doing this. Passport brothers, keep doing your thing and safe travel. Western girls never question themselves why their men are willing to travel thousands of miles to find a partner. They don't care that men are leaving, they care that money is leaving. The look on her face when she said they were all down in Colombia. Priceless. To my passport brothers, enjoy the adventures. However, don't turn foreign women into the women you're leaving. Meaning, don't just run them through.
That's true.
Go with the mindset of getting a meaningful connection. Or long term, if you're not committing. I myself found a Japanese girlfriend. I'm most likely going to marry her in a few years. She is extremely committed and wants to visit me this summer. Have fun, but remember, Be very careful and don't turn these 10s into 4s. She thinks it's a lot of black men down there. Wait till she goes to Brazil. We down there heavy. It's not just Colombia. This year alone, I've been to Panama, the DR, and just got back from Costa Rica Tuesday. It's great all over. The reason Passport Brothers have options is because women never saw them as one. As they say, don't hate the player, hate the game. Shout out to all the men just living their life. Stay positive. Stay safe. I have been living in Colombia for 3 years now. I personally know over 100 Americans living here, and all of us doing extremely well. Ain't no dust living down here, trust me. I know 5 former pro athletes living here. People think we're living in grass huts. I was just at a party for Game 5 of the NBA Finals. 8,000 square feet home with an indoor pool and a full-time chef. If that's dusty, I'll take it. Nothing more humbling than an honest assessment. Now let's get my view of this clip. This is the result of not listening to men. I hope women will learn from what is happening. Men are leaving to find love. Men are leaving to find a wife. And men are living to look for women to build a life with. What does it mean for you ladies? It means that most of you will probably struggle to find a partner because you will have fewer men to choose from. Why don't you ask, why are men leaving? What can we do to make them stay? Why are they seeing them as wives, but not us? Those are the point I wish most women should focus on. Just to let you know, you guys are losing lots of good men.
Honestly, the amount of white dudes with Thai women that are waiting to board international flights, it's an absurdity. It is crazy. Like, half of the couples in this airport right now are beautiful Thai women with super basic white dudes.
You know you should be planning for the future. But savings accounts suck. And investing can be
white dudes.
Let's check some interesting comment of this video. The Brads join with the Pass Brothers going to overseas. Congrats. To all y'all moral women. Y'all did not want no man, y'all told us y'all strong independent. Now I see y'all chasing us at the airport. Seriously. She's calling you basic, but look at her. If the people in your own community have to leave and travel elsewhere for love and happiness, things in the community gotta change. You know it's bad when Brad is getting the hell on. The modern women in America don't even realize how much worse it's going to get for them. Women in America don't know when the party's over. They think dating at 40, 50, and 60 years old. I'm not surprised that American women act and feel the way they do when we go elsewhere for love and happiness. Fellas, you got to go where you're celebrated and appreciated for what you do. Places like Uganda, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Japan, Thailand, Colombia, Mexico, and Brazil are great places to go to be appreciated, in my opinion. What she failed to realize is that most men are basic/simple. It don't take a lot to please a man. Most men are satisfied with the small things in life. Modern women want to have it both ways, philosophy. They don't want men, but don't want other women to have them either.
Right.
It's sickening. All they have to do is change their ways, but they simply won't. Plain and simple. Now let's go to my view of this clip. She is calling men basic, but she is the one walking in the airport as a single person. There is no one by her side. This is the problem we have in our society. Instead of looking into other people's life, look into yours.
Every one of these passport bros are men that none of us want here. Not a single one.
It's very, 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 very rare. So to arrive and have a flight full of men, but also to see other flights full of men, and the customs line was crazy long. So when I say that there were black men everywhere, I literally mean there were black men everywhere. But what was the most jarring to me is the realization that I think there's a lot of discourse on the internet, and there's a lot of people that are like, oh, it's just dusties, it's just broke men, it's just men that other women wouldn't date. I saw lots of very attractive men. I saw lots of men who looked like they had means. They, you know, they looked like they had their stuff together. They were dressed well. They had good luggage. Like these were not men that you're just like, oh, girls, nobody wants them. And so for me, the video really just came from the actual shock of, oh, y'all really be outside with it. Y'all are really coming to Colombia, and this is the type of time that you're on. And what's even more interesting is that all the black men that I saw at the airport, I ain't seen none of them in the streets. And I would only assume that's because they laying down somewhere.
Let's check some interesting comment of this video. I think a good portion of these guys are the ones that work regular stable jobs. Some make more than others. Some are perhaps working professionals with and without advanced degrees. Overall, most are likely the responsible type that know how to maintain a home. And a lot of these guys have experienced being ignored by their women in the US, especially when they were younger. I salute all black men who are traveling to foreign countries to meet foreign women. Live long and prosper, Passport Brothers. She is part of the reason why men are choosing to leave the US. It's the attitude of a lot of the women in the West. Trips to Philippines are expensive, but worth every penny. Getting treated like a real person and respected is something you just don't get here. The next time a woman asks me where have all the good men gone, I'll say they are in Colombia. If Passport Brothers are broke and dusty, American women should be happy that they are going abroad. But the videos and whining prove otherwise. Latin America has always been a favorite stop for me. I became a passport bro over 20 years ago. Actually met my Colombian wife in Panama. Even to this day, she's awesome. She expects me to be the provider, and she is a housewife. I got a life partner years ago. Great attitude, check. Smiles, check. Back rubs by the pool, check. Greatest check. Good food and conversation, check. No turning back, that's a check. This goes to show you that these brothers are through playing games with these Western women. They are not joking around. They mean business. And they are very serious about it. Eastward, brothers, no talk. Let them go. Looking like you have your stuff together and actually having your stuff together is two different things.
That's true.
We are not losing anything to this. Now let's go to my view of this clip. They have to understand that if a man is traveling or is planning to move abroad, he has to have the means to do so. We know that only a small group of men can do that. We know that those men have some money and they would qualify to date many of you, but they decided not to do so. Therefore, it is important that you understand this fact. You are losing good men. Good men are leaving. I would advise women to do what they can to keep a man, because you're the one in disadvantage, and this is one of the reasons we have so many women saying that they can't find men. You cannot find them because they are overseas.
Ohio State residents, if you have
Hold on. Well, why is this happening? Watch what. So when they do meet a man, this is what one woman said.
So there was a woman that wrote, an article. She wanted to know about how can she get a man that makes $500,000 or more per year, and there was her actual response from an executive with this. Let's review it.
A young and pretty lady posted this on a popular forum. What should I do to marry a rich guy? I'm going to be honest of what I'm going to say here. This was in the paper. I'm 25 this year. I'm very pretty, have style and good taste. I wish to marry a guy with $500,000 annual salary or above.
Why do you think you deserve that? See, that's a red flag already.
You might say that I'm greedy, but an annual salary of $1 million is considered only middle class in New York. My requirement is not high. Is there anyone in this form?
$1 million is middle class in New York? Listen, I've been to New York. I've been to California. I can say, if you want to, we talking about living good, okay? You can live pretty good in New York on $250,000 in New York. I mean, it just depends on your freaking lifestyle, where you're going, etc. not 500,000, and definitely not 1,000,000. Man, 1,000,000, you're in the 1% at that point. Like, what are you talking about? New York's expensive, but come on. Now, only way I would say that you need that kind of money unless you are renting or you got a building or something in Manhattan. And I was hearing some of them prices go to $30,000 to $50,000 a month for rent for a business. If you're not doing something like that, come on now.
Who has income of $500,000 annual. Are you all married? I wanted to ask, what should I do to marry a rich person like you? Among those I've dated, the richest is $250,000 annual, and it seems that this is my upper limit. If anyone is going to move into a high-cost residential area on the west of New York City Garden, $250,000 annual income is simply not enough.
So she feels that she deserves to stay in a high-end area in New York. The entitlement, man. Oh, I can't stand the entitlement of these modern American women.
I'm here humbly to ask a few questions. Where do most rich bachelors hang out? Please list down the names and addresses of bars, restaurants, and gyms. What age group should I target? What are most wives of the rich? Why are most wives of the rich only average looking?
Good thing she brought that up. The reason, because most men, the so-called average-looking woman, what they talking about, usually is more down to earth than these so-called, and I say so-called, extremely attractive women. A woman that's down to earth, a woman that's a good woman, a woman that put a smile on your face. Trust me, beauty is all in the eye of the beholder. So you may look at her as average, but to him, she's a beauty queen. And that's what a lot of women think. Oh, I look good, so it's going to get me. No, it's not going to get you. If you think about it, most of these billionaires, if you look at them, they don't have no beauty queens. They are, women who are, like he said, average. Because a lot of your average women just going to hold you down. That's just bottom line.
I have met a few women who don't have looks and are not interesting, but they are able to marry rich guys. How do you decide who can be your wife?
If you had a choice, would you rather pay $12 for this cheese grater on Amazon or pay less than $2 on
your wife?
Just because she's average doesn't mean she's not pretty. That's the thing. Just because she's average don't mean she's not cute. So you're saying average like she's ugly. Like, an average person's an average person. An average man's an average man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Like I said, that's why that woman don't have a man right there, because she's thinking she's in a freaking buffet. She can just pick whatever she wants.
And who can only be your girlfriend? My target is to get married. Signed, Miss Pretty. This was actually in a paper in New York, and the CEO of J.P. Morgan responded, "Dear Miss Pretty, I have read your post with great interest. Guess there are lots of girls out there who have similar questions like yours. Please allow me to analyze your situation as a professional investor. My annual income is more than $500,000, which meets your requirements, so I hope everyone believes that I'm not wasting time here. From the standpoint of a business person, it is a bad decision to marry you. The answer is very simple, so let me explain. Put the details aside. What you're trying to do is an exchange of beauty and money. Person A provides beauty, person B pays for it. Fair and square. However, there is a daily problem here. Your beauty will fade."
Boom! Boom! Boom!
The wall.
Boom! Boom! Boom!
But my money will not be gone without a good reason. The fact is, my income might increase from year to year, but you can't be prettier year after year. Hence, from my viewpoint of economics, I am an appreciating item, and you are a depreciating asset.
Oh boy, my Lord. But see, when you talk to somebody in finance, that's how they think, or investors, that's how they think on a good day, right? They weigh the cost of everything when it comes to something in the area of money, right? And you would not be a CEO of a major bank if you didn't think like that. But let's continue. Ooh, that's brutal. That is brutal.
It's not just normal depreciation, but exponential depreciation. If that is your only asset, your value will be much worse 10 years later. By the terms we use in Wall Street, every trading has a position. Dating with you is also a trading position. If the trade value drops, we will sell it, and it is not a good idea to keep it for long term. Same goes with the marriage you wanted. It might be cruel to say this, but in order to make a wiser decision, any asset with greater depreciation value will be sold or leased. Anyone with over $500,000 annual income is not a fool. We would only date you, but not marry you.
Oh boy, there we go. Right there. That's coming from people with money. They would date you. They would lay down with you, but you're not getting married. Once again, those average looking women who's not talking like that, they the one get married.
I would advise that you forget looking for any clues to marry a rich guy. And by the way, you could make yourself to become a rich person with you could make yourself to become a rich person with $500,000 annual income. This has a better chance than finding a rich fool. Signed, J.P. Morgan CEO.
Well, he's right. She do better trying to get her bag up than get a man.
Right.
Because if she haven't got one, if she going to a platform to ask how you get a rich man, it's like, and just because you get a quote unquote rich man, I mean he's a good man. But if he's a quote unquote rich man, but shoot, he cheats. He let you know up front, look, you're not gonna be the only one, so I'm letting you know. you cool, then you cool. Them guys like that will tell you as a woman, look, you're not gonna be the only one, but you can't fool no other men.
Right.
They'll tell you that.
Yep.
If you fool some other men, I'm gonna cut you off. I'm done with you.
Exactly.
What if he got money, but he from the Slapperhole tribe?
Right.
What if he from that? Just because somebody got money don't mean they're a good person.
Exactly.
That's so freaking shallow.
Thank you.
You don't seek. So I understand that you want at least a man that can have a decent lifestyle. But shoot, you want to live on the top of the line places in New York. And even people with money, do you know there's a mass exodus of millionaires and billionaires out of New York? They went to Florida. They've been coming to Georgia. They've been coming to places like Texas, going to North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee. I just read that the GDP of those states has shot up ever since the pandemic, and people still keep coming. So, man, they're saying a lot of people abandoning the Northeast because it's just too freaking expensive. And the only reason these people keep money is because they know how to save their money. But then know what y'all think about, what this woman was talking about here. Like I say, want $500,000 a year, but this man in the end say, yeah, they'll date you and all that, but you'll never.
Hang on, man, I'm putting in my zip code right now. No way. Look at that. That's my new quote, man.
A lot of people got something to say about the fact that I got 6 kids with 6 different men. So I'm just gonna tell y'all why it is better to do it this way. If I had 6 kids with all the same dude, I get 34% of his income, which is only $680 a month. If I got 6 kids with 6 different dudes, I get 17% from each one of them, which is $340 a month from each one. $340 a month times 6 baby daddies is $2,040.
Welcome to the cesspool that is TikTok. Now, I've recently come across this term, passport bros. I must admit, I did spend a few minutes thinking this was actually a creator called Passport Bros rather than a whole movement. So if you're like me and have never come across this term, I will explain. Passport Bros is basically where men seek wives and girlfriends from other countries. Now, the exciting news is that I've discovered that I have a few brain cells, which leads me to know that there's no problem with with Western men or Western women dating Asian men or Asian women. But let's listen to the word on the street.
Why do you think so many men are traveling overseas to find wives in other countries?
Look, 3 seconds in and she already looks disgusted. This isn't going to go well.
Men are traveling overseas to find wives. Why? I'm right here. I'm single.
No.
Why? I want to be married.
Right, but I'm saying, do you typically see women traveling overseas?
If men are traveling overseas to countries that have less money and less education, it's because they want a woman who is dependent on them for their livelihood, for their resources, to have a good life, and I don't think that is a good thing.
Ladies, mentally stable men do not want women to be dependent on them for their resources, full stop. It doesn't matter if he is in the US or in the Philippines. The fact that so many Western women now expect men to pay for everything just because they're men is one of the reasons out of many why men are choosing to date in other countries. Modern feminism has brainwashed a generation of women to contribute less and less to a relationship while also expecting more and more. Why would any man share his resources with you when all you do is take? This is true whoever you are, wherever you are, or wherever you're from.
Well, you. Go away. Go find your women wherever you want. If you want a woman who barely even speaks English and just has to suck your dick, go for it.
Well, I'm just asking on behalf of...
Wow, I can't believe she's still single. What a catch.
The passport bro movement in America exists because men in America, they lack motivation, they're mediocre. And women in America have to work, they get educated, and they start making money because they have to. So why would American women have to put up with a man that don't have any of those qualities?
That's right, gentlemen. You heard it here first. You lack motivation and are mediocre. Instead of calling men out for supposedly not being motivated, you might want to ask yourself why. Do you realise how hard it is to not only support ourselves, but also to support you? As a single man, do you know how hard it is to continuously go up to women and continuously get rejected? Men have the world on their shoulders and they are constantly being told to be better, take the lead, and they get blamed for everything. Is it any wonder why the world is the way it is when you take a step back and see how society treats men? And this is not just younger men, but also men in their 40s, their 50s and 60s. Some of these men are treated horribly. You know what's funny about these videos is that these women seem to have a real big problem with men dating abroad, and yet they continuously say that they are not interested in the kind of men that they are verbally attacking.
Alright, so I've just found out that apparently the reason why men can't date me, you know, they say they're my friends, they respect me, they care for me so much. They say I'm like the ideal woman, they talk me up, they say I'm a great mother, I'm a great this, I'm the best, and they really like me, and they really like who I am. I'm a caring person, I wear my heart on my sleeve, like nothing but good things. Then, but they say, I can't be with you because of your history and your past. We all have a past and we all have a history. The only difference is I filmed mine. Mine's on camera. Does that make me not dateable? Seriously, yes or no?
Yes.
When you pay attention to the passport bros, like they're getting women from like the DR, Colombia, the Philippines, Thailand, like women that can speak very little English, women that don't have education, women that need them, women that need them.
Oh, look at that like to dislike ratio, and look at those comments. I think you have just upset the whole Filipino and Thai community here. Reality is that most English speakers speak English only, whereas many people outside of the Western world speak multiple languages. English is tough. I've been practicing it for 30 years, and I'm from England, and I still mess up all the bloody time. So if someone can speak English and it's not their native language, they are far from uneducated.
I don't think men are good people. Wait, you think that now? All men. I don't think they're good people. Why not? For men to do things that they consider small in the flesh of like cheating, you know that that's going to destroy your partner, but you do it anyway. That's not a mistake. And just because I'm a woman, I'm supposed to accept your betrayal. Right.
Have you ever cheated in a relationship?
That's exactly what I was about to ask. Yes, I've cheated.
This stuff is comedy gold, but it brings me on to the universal point. If you are an expat and you are going to Thailand, you're going to the Philippines, etc., you also have to be a decent, high-quality guy. If you're looking for a traditional woman, for example, which I know some guys are, then you also need to be a traditional guy. However, what a lot of these videos don't seem to understand is that most of these passport bros do have their shit together. They are decent men, they look after themselves, and they are looking for a woman with similar values. From what I've seen, men are just tired of this ridiculousness of the dating scene back home. I'm done now.
Wait, sweetie.
Hey, Mom. Why were you and Daddy talking about NJM?
Well, we save a lot of money by bundling our home and auto insurance with them.
In that case, maybe we can renegotiate my allowance?
Black men stop having the broke black men, because it's the broke black men that are passport bros. If a man is semi-decent and is wealthy and doesn't have narcissistic personality disorder, which unfortunately is probably like 90% of black men, so the passport bros are your mediocre earners from like 50, 60,000 a year to like 200,000 a year at the most. And I know for some people they're like, oh my god, $200,000 is so much money. If you live in California, you're barely making it. You definitely don't have enough to be a full provider for yourself and another woman.
That's
like
why they leave in
a place like
California.
California, you have to be like at $500,000 before.
Let's check some interesting comment of this video. Why do they keep opening their mouths and speaking on passport brothers if they don't care? LOL. Imagine saying 200K is mediocre. Why are you guys worried? You said you don't need them. Let them go where they have peace. Why not go overseas and get a woman that don't want as much and is going to give back more than some American women? In America, you get some woman that already wants so much and men get no value in return for their investment. This is the problem of many women. The unrealistic expectation is on a different level. Look how she is talking about 200K. This is not real. Ladies, only a few men make that amount of money. Therefore, if you think that men in that money category are mediocre, you will face a lot of problems finding a man. Honestly, I wish that women would look at passport brothers with a better mindset. This is something for you ladies to think about. Instead of insulting men, you should be willing to understand why they are willing to leave. Thus, do something from your side to prevent them from leaving. I am not sure if you ladies are aware of it, but your pool of men is getting smaller.
Pay attention to the passport bros. Like, they're getting women from like the DR, Colombia, the Philippines, Thailand. Like women that can speak very little English, women that don't have education, women that need them, women that need them.
Women are raised to be wives. They learn everything from birth, from their father, from their mother, how to be a wife and how to support your man.
Women that need them.
It's not even women that need them, it's women that treat them with respect.
So we don't.
Y'all know y'all don't.
That's not true.
Let's check some interesting comment of this video. Yes, because we know how to take care of ourselves and to our family. We're family oriented. We are confidently beautiful with a heart. Whoa. Here in the Philippines, most of us don't even know how to speak our own language, but we are very fluent in English. I'm a proud Filipina. I can speak English, Spanish, Tagalog, Hiligaynon, and a little bit of Bisaya. The design of these girls were very insecure. Even our dogs know English. Western men are looking for a woman who can take care of them like what they saw from their mom. We Philos treat them the way they're looking for. Let me educate that girl. We Filipinos can speak 3 and more languages. We can speak your language. Can you speak ours? Are you sure we cannot speak in English? From grade 1 we need to learn English. We also have English subject until grade 6 and so on. So, excuse you. Instead of attacking the other women, you should ask yourself, why are men willing to go there? What are those women doing that we are not doing? Why are they preferring to go to another country to find a wife? Why aren't they choosing us for wife? This is the type of question you should ask yourselves. Once you get the answers to those questions, make a change so you can become the type of woman the men are looking for. You become one of them, and you become the type of woman a man wants to marry. The problem men are facing is that men are struggling to find a wife within their circle, and that's why they are going there. So, it is up to you to do something to make them stay. Attacking other women will not help you retain them. Shaming them or the other women will not make them stay. You have to make changes, so become the type of woman they are after.
But the part that's not my business is that I've been hearing a lot about this here thing called passport, I don't know, passport brothers or something.
This is a huge red flag. The only men who like to go overseas to find a partner is men who like to prey on vulnerable women. Because when you go find a wife in the Philippines or Thailand or Eastern Europe or wherever these places are that are overseas, I'm assuming you mean they're more biddable?
You're talking about a freaking passport. I've had one of these since I was 2. You're acting like they just came up with these in 2022. I'm gonna go get me a woman being abused. I don't ain't nobody gonna do. You're leaving America to go to another country to prey on the women there who you perceive as being more submissive. That's predatory behavior. Also, does it bother you at all that you're taking a page right out of the common nurse's playbook?
Hi, good morning. So I woke up with all these videos of the women attacking the passport bros. Oh wait, let me just take a sip of the coffee that my passport boyfriend made me. It's gone. As I was saying, when you really don't care why they had to fly abroad to find a wife, a girlfriend, then why are you making all these hate videos? If you don't care at all, why are you reacting that way? You girls making these content, saying all these nasty words against the women who were brought by the Western guys to their countries is just an example why they don't want you. It's so funny that you call us nanny, vulnerable, doormat, stuff like that, when we're actually not. Most of us are independent and smart. But being independent doesn't necessarily mean that you don't need a boyfriend, that you don't need a partner. Isn't it so nice that even if you're independent, you have someone that does things for you, makes life easier, makes life happier, right? The thing is, you're not just attacking the men, but also us when we didn't do anything. It's not our fault that they chose us over you. Why don't you try to be nicer? Try to care. Try to be considerate. No, we are not doormats or nanny. Yeah, we cook. We do the cleaning. Is that even a big deal? I love cooking for him. I love cleaning up the house for him. And he loves paying for my bills. It's like the same.
Let's check some interesting comment of this video. Why do they even care? Especially since they say these guys are the ones they don't want. The last woman was perfect. No makeup, no lashes, and talk in a calm tone and beautiful BTW. So, they keep saying they don't need a man, but y'all mad. If I happen to be a man, I can't really stand the loud mouth, and seriously, can't we just be sweet? Some of the women I have met in the Philippines are richer than me. Yep.
Amid global market volatility, stock market losses, and rising inflation have left investors with few options.
Yep, I'm in Thailand 3 years now with a loving and caring wife. My only regret is I didn't come here sooner. They are only mad because their backup plans are heading out and won't be available when these women turn 30 plus and decide they're ready to settle down. Instead of wasting their time shaming and attacking the men doing this, ladies should put all this time to know the reason why they are doing it, and if possible make some adjustments in their own life so they can also become the type of women men will be willing to marry.
Exactly.
Do not waste your time on unnecessary things. Make yourself a wife, and your husband will find you.
I heard people come here to find their wives.
Yeah, the people that are probably losers, honestly.
Oh shit, I'm getting tagged a lot in this, and I'm out in Thailand right now. Hey, there's a lot of fun things to do out here in Thailand besides just looking for a wife. People here are fun and friendly. They have a beautiful culture, amazing food. You can live like a king for like $2,000 a month. I'm traveling the world right now. I'm a single guy and dating, so I have an experience, and it's absolutely the truth that it's better. I'm sorry, I don't know what you want me to say. It's the inconvenient truth you guys don't want to hear. Hey, we're out here having fun, living our best lives, and if you think you're gonna stop us with some middle school disses about, oh, you're a loser, you got another thing coming. It's also super arrogant to think everyone around the world wants to be in America so badly, like we're the best. This is actually a festival in Thailand where we pretend we're in Chicago, except with water guns. Follow me, I got good shit!
Let's check some interesting comment of this video. Don't apologize for anything. Enjoy your life. People are always gonna hate. He sounds like a passport bro in America, LOL. Bro, you're inspiring me to get my passport renewed and start traveling. I need this. Newly single. Living overseas is better. You don't need to be a passport bro for that. It's for anyone with an open mind. For the guys out there, I can say the following. If you are not able to find what you are looking for where you are, you should consider other places. There are plenty of places for you to try, and maybe you can find the type of women you are looking for. I know for sure that we do not make a wife. Instead, we find a wife. Therefore, go to places where wives can be found, or find those women that are already wives within your circle. To all women I would say, make yourself a wife so you can be found by your husband. The problem with many women is that many of them are not wives, but they do not know that they are not wives, therefore they struggle because husbands are not looking for them.
All the American men out there, you need to go to Uganda and get you a pearl, get you a queen. That's what you need. These American women, they're not no good. Get you a woman from Uganda. I'm telling you, this is my third time telling you what to do. American men, please, this is a dating tip, and I'm telling you for the third and final time, go get, but you can't have her. She's mine. This one is all mine. Go get your own.
Let's check some interesting comment of this video. Why did he go to Uganda? What state is he from? Is he broke? Is he running from the law? Glad he's happy. Hope she doesn't ruin his life. That would severely change his story. And how much you paid for her? He's right, foreign women are better. Foreign women are the last hope for a traditional woman for Western men. Loser. Jealous? Whatever. Wait until the permanent green card come. Love this. The hate is real. Passport brothers. Nope, I am good. I like my single life and my peace and quiet. I don't want no headaches from these females. All I can say is that all of us are free to do whatever we want to do, but I would advise women to think about this. This is a serious matter. Men are really talking to you, but seems that ladies decided to pretend that men are not talking. Whatever behavior or mindset you ladies are having is pushing men away. Therefore, I would advise those of you that want to be with men to think carefully about this situation because your pool of men is getting smaller. All you have to do is become the women any man would want to have by his side. This is easy. I will give you some tips. Appreciate the men you have. Stop the aggressive behavior. Be supportive. Have the mindset of what you can do for your men instead of what the men can do for you, etc. Think about this. It will help you.
Is it a place where men are doing this and they're going there and they're finding success, or is it just that there's a lot of women there that are looking to marry? Like, what is it about the Philippines?
Well, it's a lot of factors. So the first factor, which is huge, is the fact that every Filipino woman speaks English.
Okay, so you don't have the language barrier.
Exactly. The second one is the fact that there are a lot of American and Western men that are already living there that have found Filipino wives. And because it's a developing country, the cost of living there is extremely inexpensive.
Let's check some interesting comment of this video. Here in the Philippines, the wife is the light of the home, and the husband is the pillar of the home. They know how to treat and look after their man, and don't have the you owe me attitude. Strong, empowered women, but soft, kind-hearted when it comes to their man. Beautiful ladies, wife material. Beautiful and respectful woman is number one. I found me a good Filipino wife. In America, my option only. Perhaps a lot of men like traditional values when it comes to the woman they are attracted to. I worked there and fell in love with the land, the happy attitude of the impoverished, and half the women are real pretty. I married one and she ruined my life. As a Filipino woman, we taking care of our man. We make sure they always look good, smell good, boosting their confidence, and we giving them. Please, tell us what you think in the comment. Give a suggestion for the next.
Then I'm going to end this right here. Women come across this video, That's the reason why if a black woman wanted because if you're not one of those women are not going to appreciate a man, whether even if you go to Africa or find a black or Afro-Brazilian or a Filipino or a white to light or mixed Colombian woman, the fact is, but it's her personality, her attitude. That's what it comes down to. If you don't humble yourself, you're going to see a lot more videos. And it's because these women who made these videos, this is the reason why. And not only some of the men have seen the video, they have seen it in their own city, in their own town, how some women treat them. And when they see you seeing the same thing from the black women to the white women, complaining the same ordeal, you don't make enough. You're not qualified enough. You don't make enough money. 230 grand ain't enough. 40 grand ain't enough. You're not humble. Bottom line, you're gonna lose. You're gonna realize it's not just a pretty face in your butt. It's not gonna maintain a relationship. You gotta bring something more. So I hope this video is to humble you, but also is to the women who come, the black women who come with that mindset. It is because of that. If you don't love and honor and appreciate your black man, this is gonna happen. If some of you act like you, but the domineering, the over talking, the crap and cockiness and disrespect, man gonna get tired of it. It's maybe he might not snap back at you or get an argument with you, but he's gonna get tired of it. I'm telling you, just like the other men, the white men too, they got tired, they got fed up. So that's it. The men are clearly saying it's a wrap. It ain't no going back and deploying. You could be standing out there screaming and yelling with your picket sign, It's over. The men have spoken. The men that God appointed to be the head. Now what? When your headship go, now what? And it's because some of these women made these videos, they lost their headship. And the reason why. And some of them going to unfortunately be alone for the rest of their life. Not because the Most High intended to, because they never humbled themselves, they never humbled their tongue. They never humbled it. That's why. That's what it is. It comes back to you. Come back. Ain't nobody gonna keep catering to your ego. You know, well, I just the way I'm just a strong woman, and I just hey, you can be strong, opinionated woman, but if you're domineering, manipulative, nagging, disrespectful, dishonorable, discreditable, put down, make him feel like make him feel less than a man, he gone. I'm telling you, you're gonna lose him. Stop treating him like he's less than that. And this is because some black women got that mind, and some ones we know as black men, we know. White women got it too. But when you have them, and like other women, when you have that kind of mindset, that's the reason why. They say, that's it. I'm out. What? After 30, 20 something years, and you that type of woman been pushing your man like that, you could be out. You better appreciate your man. That's a warning. Appreciate your man. You better stop listening to women like Shira 7. She don't know. And her man could be just got fed up and could be the next one out the door. Why she giving you bad advice? And because even if you did go to a white man, he's not gonna tolerate that stuff. or any other man. A guy who speaks from a Spanish origin, an African origin, they're not going to deal with your attitude. So you better humble your personality. So you want and honor and love your black men. Respect them, regardless if they don't rise to your challenge. Regardless if they don't get up and try to so-called check you. You need to check yourself. If you don't, he has the choice. Because if he do something and put his hands on you, it can cost him everything. And don't put him in that position to do that. But if he's a thinking man, he has an option. You don't want to cooperate with me, you don't want to help me, then I gotta go. Now you can be your own man and woman. And that's what coming down to. And like I said, it's coming down to you might have some men that you're gonna have a certain personality of men. You're gonna have to share with them. There might be men here that don't never want to leave America. They can say I got weak game, whatever, but they stuck with 6-7 kids and don't take care of them. They probably have a domestic case and don't take care of them. And that's what you want to submit yourself to? A domestic case? When you do meet that type of man? Because he's supposed to be that alpha, he's that hood dude, the hood Negro. Is that what you want? That's only going to be available. You ain't going to control them hood dudes. You ain't going to talk to them hood dudes crazy. You know that they jump up and, well, you know what they are. You get that energy, they give you that energy right back. That raw dog, ignorant, down, sassiness energy. But ain't no good black man who reasonably disagree with you with all the personal insult. He not tolerating that. And these black women that made that video, the older ones, you can see why they're not in a relationship. They probably drove their husbands to the grave and drove them away. Because they're argumentative. One is women that want to be right, but don't use logic to make and maintain a relationship. And it goes with the other one on the white people too, and probably a few Spanish guys and other people. They're leaving you. You women better wake up. You better stop making some of these women out here TikTok videos bitching and complaining because you're just exposing yourself. You're pushing more for men saying, and now men have to look at you and say, not only got to look at you for your look, I got to look at to see what I got. Invest in someone who has their mental faculties all together. But she good look, but she crazy, and she gonna cost you more than what you bargained for. So a man has to use his logic. It ain't just his sight anymore. He ain't gonna play this game and play this game with you. We fight, we make up. We fight, we make up. We fight, I'll put you down. All I can tell you about wise up. You women have to use wise up. And you need some of these women, like they would probably be the same way for a man. You need therapy. Don't get to no relationship unless you get some therapy and you seek the Most High God. That would be the wise thing to do. Seek the Most High God before you, and make sure you're ready mentally to be a giver and be that woman like that last man said. But if you ain't willing to give and you ain't willing to share your space, stop. Don't make no video and complain about the men when you're not willing to share no space with no man and be a giver. If you're not willing to honor a man, Stop complaining. If you don't want to do what the word said to do, don't do it. Live your life. Live your best life alone. But if you want a man, that's part of relationship is you give. If you're a single mother with children, you give it to your children. If you take care of your elderly parents, you give it. Now, why can't you give to someone who can share your life with? Think about it. All right, then, ladies and gentlemen. Enough of my preaching. Maybe women will come across this video and think. Use your logic. Don't be argumentative. God gave you common sense like He gave men. Use it. Don't let your stubbornness cost you, because you're not going to win in the end. Alright, take care, guys. Be blessed, and men. Be wise and be careful.